Welcome, everyone. This is Randy Nunez, your host on Between the Chalk Lines every week, every Saturday morning, 9 a.m. Pacific, noon Eastern. Thank you for listening in. We just broke 100 listens on all the episodes combined. By far, the most popular episode listened to is the Ty Buttrey interview. He and I sat down for about 45 minutes. Really interesting interview, I would have to say, between Ty Buttrey and myself. He's doing great. He is in Arizona doing spring training for the Seattle Mariners. He is on a deal with the spring invite for them. So hopefully he does well with the Mariners, and maybe he'll make the team. We'll see. But beyond that, we are still giving away the JD Martinez 2023 Topps Chrome Aqua Refractor, numbered to 199. So I need everyone to guess, drop comments, drop something on Twitter or X. I need something in the Instagram. I need something on the YouTube comments, everywhere, anywhere. Yeah, just drop a number, drop a guess. Closest one will win this sometime this month. It's March. You're watching or listening to this episode on March 2nd, hopefully, when it drops. Speaking of March, we have these huge names that are still unsigned, and they're all Scott Boras clients. Just pointing that out. You got Jordan Montgomery. You got Blake Snell. You got Matt Chapman. You got JD Martinez, who I just talked about, his card. All these guys are, Boras clients, looking at their phones, waiting for some kind of update. There are reports coming out that Chapman and Snell are possibly going to take shorter deals that are high AAV with opt-outs, kind of like what Cody Bellinger did with the Cubs. He took 3 years, and he can opt out after year one, after year two. He doesn't have to stay all 3 years. So, I mean, oddly enough, the Cubs can definitely use a third baseman. They're looking at Chris Morel, who is more of a DH type, to play a little bit of third base, but he is not your everyday third baseman. He is not a glove winning third baseman, unfortunately. Michael Bush can play third base. They just got him in a trade with the Dodgers. And moving on to the Dodgers, actually, they brought back super utility man, Kike Hernandez on a 1-year deal, $4 million. Not bad for Kike. He said that this entire time he wanted to go back to the Dodgers. That's kind of where he made his name. He's got fans. Everyone likes him there in Los Angeles. So he was happy to return to the Dodgers. And it almost didn't happen, actually. The only reason that it happened was the Dodgers moved Manuel Margot to the Twins, returned for a pitching prospect, and got rid of his $12 million on the books, and then signed Kike. Before that, reportedly, the Dodgers had another trade that fell through, and Kike told Brass, hey, I have an offer from the Yankees, but I want to go back to Los Angeles. If you can't make a trade happen here in the next day or so, I'm going to go to New York. So Kike almost landed himself in New York, which isn't terrible. But you know that the Dodgers are going to go to the playoffs. You know they're going to make it to the playoffs every year, just about. Especially in the next 3-4 years. They're almost a lock. If they're not winning the NL West, they're going to win a wild card spot. So, Kike, congratulations. Dodgers fans, congratulations. Again, congratulating you a lot this offseason. And speaking of deals, infamous infielder Colton Wong signed a minor league deal with Baltimore Orioles with a spring invite to Major League Camp. So he will be trying to break camp with the major leaguers and find himself a spot. I don't really know where, to tell you honestly. Um, Angels released catcher Francisco Mejia. He signed another minor league deal quickly, I think like 2, 3 days later. Um, Same thing that he had with Angels minor league deal, the spring invite. So good luck to Francisco Mejia. Good luck to Colton Wong. And we had a retiree. Someone else retired from Major League Baseball. Brandon Dixon. The name probably doesn't ring a bell because he only played just over 200 games in Major League Baseball over the span of about 5 seasons. 3 of those with the Tigers and 2 of those with the Padres. He spent some time in infield, outfield. Wasn't your everyday guy. Kind of just slipped in there whenever someone got hurt or they needed someone to play for another reason. But most of his professional career, he played in minor leagues. 32 years old, decided to hang it up. So now he's going to be home and hopefully has a good amount of money in his pocket to retire and sit on. So congrats to Brandon Dixon. You spent your time in majors, you spent your time in minors. Hope everything works out in retirement. You know that you're not gonna stop just doing everything at 32 years old. Nobody does, and you'll find something to do. Kenny Acuna, younger brother of Ronald Acuna Jr., who was 2023 National League MVP, and top prospect Luis Angel Acuna in the Mets organization, that big Mets to Rangers trade um, that happened last year. Kenny has made a verbal commitment to the Phillies. He does not, uh, he can't sign until 2028. So 4 years from now, he'll sign with the Phillies. I believe he's about, if I have my numbers right, I think he's about 14 right now, 13, 14 years old. And the Phillies already want him on their squad in the future. So we'll see how that works out. I don't quite know his position yet. I mean, he's got several years to work on that, obviously. Um, Shohei Ohtani, the big news there. Instagram, midnight, he announced that he was married, uh, along with, new chapters in life, signed with the Dodgers. He's also married to a lovely Japanese woman who he's known for about 3 to 4 years. So there was that big news that probably broke millions of hearts across the entire globe. People that just love Shohei Ohtani and the guy that he is, the great guy. Um, Spring training, obviously, you've been watching games. I've been watching games. I don't want to watch games on TV, just to tell you the honest truth. And the great thing about that is I'm going to spring training, Arizona, Cactus League, and I'm going to be reporting live on March 16th, I believe it is. I'll be dropping an episode from Arizona on the spot, and I'll tell you about the Friday White Sox versus Cubs spring breakout game, and then I'll be covering that again with our friend who came on, Stephanie Strampluski. So she and I will talk about that, and then I'll be going to the Angels versus Dodgers spring breakout game. That's also a doubleheader, just so you know. So one ticket gets you 2 games for the Angels Dodgers game. You actually get to see the Angels versus Cubs in the day, and then evening you get to see the spring breakout game. Again, not getting paid to say that, just letting you know all the information. I found that out when I got my tickets for that game. That one's on Tempe Diablo Stadium. And for the lucky ones in Florida, you'll be getting to see the automatic ball strike system in place. And I believe at the Walking Stick River Stadium in Arizona, they'll be using that. So they'll be using the challenge system or balls and strikes in the Florida League games for the spring breakout games. Obviously, there are a lot of rookies and top prospects. I mean, I hope that Nolan Shenwell, first baseman for the Angels, will be playing in that game. Caden Dana, the top pitching prospect, who was like 11th round draft pick last year. Dodgers have Ferris, they have Dalton, they have a lot of guys that we'll see. White Sox have Ramos. They might still have. Well, I know they definitely still have Pete Crow Armstrong uh, as an available prospect to play that game. It's just a matter of if he wants to play it or not. So we'll see. And after all that happens, you know, you can catch me at the games. I'm not a shy guy, I'm not a mean guy. If you want to say hi, just say hi. Take a picture. Maybe I'll let you ask a question for everyone on the podcast, or we can talk about baseball, just chat a little bit. As far as the rest of the month goes, we're having a special guest, Lillian Martineau. She's from Connecticut. If you have not heard the name, she has been playing baseball along with the guys for about her entire life into high school, and then switched over to softball. She's also played basketball, so she's a three-sport girl, um, and was recruited by Georgia Tech for softball. Um, I'll be talking to her actually this weekend. So next week you'll catch the episode for that after I talk to her and finish editing that episode. But that going to Arizona, live recording and episode from there, and then reviewing 2 games that I saw with Stephanie and a friend of the show, Jared Timms. He loves talking about minor league baseball, so we're going to talk about minor league baseball and see how that goes. So, thank you for watching the episode or listening to it if you listen to it. Again, JD Martinez 2023 Topps Chrome card, numbered to 199. If you need it or if you want it, if you just want to give it away, you want to say that you won something online, drop a comment, what number you think it is, and I will let you know later on in the month of March, and then we have baseball in April. So, catch you next time.